In this video, you are going to learn how to simplify rational expressions. A rational expression is just a fraction where the numerator and denominators are polynomials. We can simplify them by factoring the numerator and denominator, and then finding common factors to simplify out. So go ahead and take a second to write the first two down. These probably look familiar from Algebra 1 when you were simplifying exponents, which it pretty much is. I'm first going to look at the 16 and 28 since they are like terms. 16 over 28, let's simplify that first. I know 4 goes into both, so I'm going to divide 4 out from both, leaving 4 over 7. I can't simplify that any further, so my coefficients are done. Now I'm just going to look at p squared and p. Now p squared means p times p, and then I have a p on the bottom. Now I can simplify this. Since there's a p on top and p on the bottom, I can cancel, cross them off, leaving just the p. You might also remember from your rules, there's a little invisible 1 here, and 2 minus 1 leaves us 1p left. So my final answer is 4/7 times p, which you can write as 4p over 7. Now if we look at the second one, 16 over 16, 16 divided by 16 just equals 1. I can get rid of that. I now have an r squared over r cubed. I have 2 r's up top, 3 r's on the bottom. One set cancels, the other set cancels. I have 1 left on the bottom, which means my placeholder up top needs to be a 1. And that's my answer. That's how I simplify those. Alright, we're also going to use greatest common factors and factoring techniques when we are simplifying rational expressions. So we look at our first example, and my numerator is already simplified. So that's going to say x minus 4. I can't factor that. I can't take anything out. X minus 4. My denominator here, I can find the greatest common factor between those two. I can take a 3x out of the first one and a 3x out of the second one. That's my greatest common factor. So my bottom can be rewritten as x squared divided by x leaves an x, the 3 simplified to 1. Negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4, and the x is simplified away. So I can write that bottom in the factored form as 3x, x minus 4. Now you might notice something. I have an x minus 4 up top, and I have an x minus 4 on the bottom. This is an entire polynomial, so if I were you, I would also probably put this in parentheses from the beginning, and you'll see why, just to keep everything organized. And now especially, because they look exactly alike. X minus 4, x minus 4. Goes away, goes away. The 3x is still on the bottom, and I need a placeholder of 1 on the top. So my final answer here is 1 over 3x. Do the same thing for the 1 over here. R minus 2 is already simplified, so just like the other one, I'm going to put that in parentheses just because it all goes together. I look at the top. I'm going to rewrite it down here so I have more room to find the greatest common factor. I can take 2 out of both of those terms, leaving r minus 2. So my numerator now says 2 times r minus 2. And now we find things that look alike. I have an r minus 2 on the top and an r minus 2 on the bottom, leaving a 2 up top, 1 on the bottom as a placeholder, but you really just need to write that final answer as 2. Go ahead and take a second to write this one down. Make sure you put that x plus 6 in parentheses. I can't factor the x plus 6, so that stays on top. My bottom is a trinomial, quadratic trinomial, with an a of 1, which means I can break it up like this. What two numbers multiply together to be negative 6, but add together to be positive 5? It's going to be a positive 6 and a minus 1. 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. 6 minus 1 is a positive 5. Now, you'll notice there's an x plus 6 on the top, x plus 6 on the bottom, leaving x minus 1 on the bottom, but I need a placeholder for the top, so 1 over x minus 1. We're going to do a few more together so you get the hang of it, but if you want to pause at any point and try them by yourself, you're more than welcome. I'm going to put the v minus 5 in parentheses. Since it's already simplified, I can't take anything out. Look at the denominator. Quadratic trinomial, a is 1, which means what two numbers multiply to 25 but add to negative 10? A negative 5 and a negative 5. Since I have 1 up top and 2 on the bottom, I can take 1 away up top and 1 away on the bottom. I can't get rid of this guy. There's nobody to simplify it with on top. So that v minus 5 stays on the bottom, and I need a placeholder of 1 on the top. Alright, this next one we're just going to have to simplify the top and the bottom, which is completely okay. They're both quadratic trinomials where your a is 1, so I can do it the same exact way. Let's factor the top. What two numbers multiply to be 12 but add to be 8? That's going to be 6 and 2. And then my bottom, what two numbers multiply to be negative 18 and add to be 3? Positive 6 and negative 3. And now you'll notice I have an x plus 6, leaving x plus 2, x minus 3 as my final answer, because I can't simplify those. Looking at your last example, again, quadratic trinomial, a is 1 for both. So let's factor the top. What two numbers multiply together to be 18 but add together to be negative 11? It's going to be a negative 2 and a negative 9. Factor the bottom. What two numbers multiply together to be negative 8 but add together to be 2? It's going to be a positive 4 and a negative 2. And we'll see right here that I have an x minus 2 and an x minus 2. I can simplify those. X minus 9 and x plus 4 are not alike, and I cannot simplify them, so that will be my final answer. Let us know if you have any questions.